Every year, it seems as though advertisements for the flu shot are surfacing earlier and earlier. Recently, the media and news have caused an upstir in the controversy as they have people wondering, is it too soon to get vaccinated? This is a valid concern as mounting scientific research is questioning the effectiveness of a flu shot given early. The purpose of this video is to explain how the flu vaccination works and to determine when the best time to get vaccinated is. The common cold is often mistaken as the flu. Although the two share similar symptoms, it's important to remember that the flu is more serious as the symptoms are more intense. The flu is caused by the influenza virus. The influenza virus is a respiratory virus that attacks your nose, throat, and lungs. This explains many of the symptoms associated with the flu, like headaches, chills, cough, and sore throat. While most people who get the flu recover, in some cases it progresses into more serious issues such as pneumonia and other bacterial infections that could result in hospitalizations. The influenza virus changes and adapts every year, so getting your yearly vaccination will help prevent you from getting sick. So, how does the vaccination work? The vaccine consists of an arm injection and will protect against the influenza viruses that researchers believe will be most common during the upcoming season. The samples of the selected virus strains are grown in a lab setting and then deactivated. The deactivated strains are injected into your body to build an immune response. This means that if you encounter the flu virus, your body will already know how to fight it off. The influenza virus persists all year round, but is mostly present during the fall and winter seasons. This is what is known as the flu season. This is the time period where humans are most susceptible to the life-threatening effects of this virus. In the northern hemisphere, influenza activity begins to rise in October. This is followed by a peak in the flu season during December and March. The influenza virus peaks during certain times in the year due to temperature. The seasonality of influenza correlates with the gradual decline in temperature and humidity. Cold and dry conditions are optimal for the influenza virus to replicate and divide. The virus is best transmitted in cold temperatures, such as at 5 degrees Celsius, and dry air of only 20 to 35% relative humidity. Cold air contains less water vapor, which in turn decreases the humidity of the air, resulting in dry air. Dry air has a higher salt content, allowing the virus to survive in air pockets rather than falling to the ground. This explains why the flu season and peak occur during the colder seasons. Annual vaccination is key in fighting against seasonal influenza. But when's the best time in the year to get vaccinated? Although advertisements to get vaccinated are coming out as early as the summer, many specialists are saying that September is the best time to get vaccinated, given that the influenza activity begins to rise in October and takes full-fledged motion during the peak months of December and March. But it's important to note that the best time to get vaccinated can vary. In order to determine when it's the right time to get the flu shot, you should consider the efficacy of the vaccine. Vaccine efficacy is a percent reduction in disease from a vaccinated group compared to an unvaccinated group, or in other words, it means just how effective the shot is at preventing the flu. As time passes after an individual gets immunized, the body's immune system stops responding to the flu vaccination. Research into the flu shot found that the antibody levels produced in the body by the vaccination decline over time, beginning in the first months after the shot is administered. Antibodies are produced in response to foreign material, like those that are injected with the flu vaccine, and their job is to destroy these foreign invaders. This means that individuals are most protected against the flu within the first few months of getting the vaccination. Studies conducted on the average person showed that the effectiveness of the flu shot ranged from 61 to 69% within the first 100 days of administration. However, after 120 days, the vaccination had almost 0% efficacy. So, how does this occur? When the deactivated flu virus enters the body, your immune system develops white blood cells known as long-term and short-term T cells. These are special cells that are responsible for defending the body against diseases and sickness. Once the T cells eliminate the virus, the short-term T cells gradually decline in number. This is because cells don't last long in your body after the initial infection. Long-term T cells, however, remain in the body over years. In time, after you get vaccinated, the short-term T cells will start to decline in number. This means that the longer it has been since you were vaccinated, the lower the vaccine efficacy. Therefore, it is recommended to get the flu shot early in the flu season, typically in fall, rather than months in advance. However, when you are older than 65, things start to change. It was found that in the first 100 days after vaccination, the elderly only had 30 to 40% vaccine efficacy. Why is this the case? Well, the most well-known explanation for decreasing vaccine efficacy as we age is due to an overcrowding of the immune system by T cells. After a set amount of time, T cells undergo programmed cell death, which is called apoptosis. As we get older, the ability for apoptosis to occur is reduced, and this results in an accumulation of old and dysfunctional T cells. Individuals older than 65 are still encouraged to get the vaccination since they are at a high-risk population. So, in order to compensate for reduced vaccine efficacy, a different and stronger vaccination is used. Although personal opinions on when to get the flu shot can vary, being educated on how the flu shot works is important for your own and others' health.